Roaring Moon just won a big online tour hosted by Wolf Glick and the rest of the Beast Coast team. There were a bunch of big name players that played in it, but before we jump into that, I quickly wanted to jump on Pokemon Showdown and show you guys a new feature that was added today. Now, a slightly small feature here is the Kitakami Prologue has been added for anyone who's interested in that. Obviously, it's on next weekend, so if you wanted to play on it, there is a ladder that is available for that. But the main thing I quickly want to touch on here is the new Regulation E Best of 3. Basically, for those of you who do not know, Regulation E, or basically all the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, VGC really, has basically been, best of 1 closed sheet with the option of open sheet, but both players basically have to agree to open up their team sheet. But Regulation E Best of 3 basically is a best of 3 like a normal tournament match, and it's also forced open team sheet. So the second you queue up for this here, if you queue up for it, you will get someone who is basically also queuing up for it. It is forced best of 3, and it is also forced open team sheet, which is fantastic for prepping for events, which I'm really, really excited about. Obviously, I'm probably about maybe 3 weeks away myself from actually getting ready to prepare for my first regional of the season. So this is a huge addition, and definitely if you're looking to prepare for events, this is something absolutely huge. But what I want to touch on here, guys, first here is Beast Coast. So Beast Coast, for those who don't know, it's obviously an esports organization. They have a bunch of top name VGC players, part of the org. Obviously, Wolf Glick is like the main one. They also have Cybertron, Aaron Cybertron Zhang, that is. James Beck, I believe, is also part of it. I think Aaron Trailer might be. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. There's also people like Nakara as well. So, Rosemary's there. A lot of, big names, especially in the VGC community. They were basically there. They were hosting this. I would definitely recommend checking out the YouTube channel. They basically streamed the whole thing. I think Wolf, at least the matches I saw, because I only really got to see top 8 because, unfortunately, American tournaments tend to either be on while I'm sleeping or while I'm at work. So I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I did get to watch 2 of Grant Laird's matches in particular, which is basically one of the big things I want to touch on today. So, yeah, definitely go check it out. But guys, the main thing here is Grant won this event with a Roaring Moon. Now, this is a really, really interesting team because I myself have been running something pretty similar to it. And there's a lot of key things that I've taken away from the metagame that I think he is also really, hitting on the head. First things first here is the speed booster Roaring Moon. Now, we did actually see his HP stat on stream, which kind of makes me think I know exactly what spread he's going with. I could be wrong, but I think his Roaring Moon was the relatively standard Jolly Max speed set. I don't want to say standard because I don't think everyone runs it, but we do know based off the stream that he actually had 84 HP. So if I had to guess, that would be his set there. You still get speed booster always, and then alongside the booster energy, you're always able to get your Tailwind up, right? In my opinion, probably the second best Tailwind setter in the format right now. Obviously having Flying Stab I think is fantastic, and also it's a lot more reliable than the Tornadus, and also outputs a lot more damage than Tornadus, especially because in my opinion, there are some games where you don't want to bring Tornadus because it just doesn't feel like a good Tornadus game. Maybe you don't need speed control, so you're like, I don't really want Tornadus, but having a speed booster Roaring Moon is always good. It's fantastic into a lot of anti-trick room teams, especially things like Side Spam. So I do think it is a really, really good one for that. And the rest of his team is honestly relatively standard. I think Chen Pao right now is one of the best Pokemon in the game. I think, again, its matchup into the grass and flying types is fantastic. I think Choice Specs Golden Go might be the most slept on one in the meta right now. I think the team I used to climb to 1600 maybe a week or two ago had Choice Specs Golden Go with Terra Steel. I think it is absolutely absurdly good into the metagame. Ogerporn Hearthflame right now, obviously, again, one of the best Pokemon in the format. And then Rillaboom giving it grassy terrain, and then Urshifu Water. I did test this team out a little bit myself today while I was at work. I do think the Urshi Rapid is, I don't want to say it's the weakest link on the team, but if I was to make any changes, I probably would swap out Rapid and then potentially Rillaboom as well. But obviously Grant's got, way more practice with this team than I do. He played phenomenally. I would really recommend going and check out those sets. I think he played fantastic. But yeah, for me, amazing to see my guy Roaring Moon win an event. I absolutely love that. And then we can see, some of the rest of the teams here. We see James Evan coming up here. He's got Cresselia, he's got Gastrodon, he's got Hisuian Arcanine. Just a very good, bulky offensive team here. I believe this was Choice Scarf. Was it Choice Scarf? Yeah, Choice Scarf Lando. I said it last week as well. I think Choice Scarf Lando is one of the best ones in the meta right now. This is just a really good bulky offensive team. We see obviously, the dark Urshifu here with the Focus Sash, Hisuian Arcanine, with Choice Band, which I think is another fantastic one right now. Hisuian Arcanine has such a good matchup into the metagame. If you pair it with things like Fake Out and Speed Control, I think it's unreal. Especially on teams like this as well, where I do believe it was quite a bit slower. Off memory, it undersped Laird's Golden Go. So I do think this is probably a bulky, slow Hisuian Arcanine that can also function on the Trick Room as well, which is pretty cool. I really like this team as well. I'm not a massive fan of Gastrodon, but I do think it has it has a place in the metagame, I guess. Justin Tang as well here. Dude, watching Justin versus Grant in the top 4 was actually fantastic. An amazing set. I would highly recommend going and watching it. Just 2 really high skilled players basically playing. It was just unreal. But yeah, we see this team here again, pretty similar, right? We've got the other SD here with the Grassy Glide. paired up with the Rillaboom here, who also has the Grassy Guard. So that's fantastic, double priority. He's got the, the booster bundle. He's got the Scarf Lando. So he doesn't really have like a Tailwind setup, but he has two really fast mons with, booster and Scarf, which I think is great. Iron Hands right now and Rillaboom is like fantastic. Having double fake out was great because like we saw Justin a lot where he would lead like Rilla plus Lando, and then he would just like swap the Lando into the hands as he clicked fake out, and then he would then have his like fake out up again from the so then he'd have fake out the Iron Hands, and then at that point he could pivot out with U-turn while he clicked fake out again, or he could like pin something with like fake out plus Woodhammer. It was just a really, really cool team. And then like finally King Gambit, I think this mon's like fantastic right now. I think with the Urshi's going down, I think King Gambit stocks are going to rise massively. And then just like looking at the rest of the teams here, we see Joe here running a very similar team to James. Actually, is it the exact same team as James? I didn't actually get to catch any of Joe's games. No, it's not the exact same, but it's very, very similar. What's the only difference here? Lando versus Flutter by the looks of it. Are they like sim items? Yeah, Dark with Sash. I'm guessing that's Speed Booster. Yeah, that's... yeah, Joe ran this one recently. This is like his bulky support one with like Taunt plus Icy. But yeah, very similar teams here. I'm guessing, again, his team like functions like quite well under Trick Room. But yeah, really cool team there by Joe. I don't want to go like too much into all these teams, but there were like some really, really top level players in here. You see guys like Joe Lawsey's here. We also had, I believe, Tom Hayden's here as well. He actually had like a really good start to the event. I think he was actually like 6-1. So he kind of like bombed out near the end, I think, unfortunately. Actually, let me double check that before I start talking out my ass. Yeah, okay. He literally went 7-0 and then went 0-5. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. So he actually like sweeps day one. But yeah, he's running Side Spam here as well, which is, relatively cool. I feel like I'm missing some like big name players. I'm sure I saw some more. Judy, that's the guy I was looking for. Judy Azarelli, my guy, one of my absolute favorite people in the VGC scene in general. I absolutely loved his team here. I think I think the banded poison Urshi is like fantastic. I think Tornadus is like great. Specs, Golden Go, like this is a team right up my alley. Yeah, Choice Scarf Landorus, he's got the Hearth Flame, dude. I love Judy's team. Like it's a team I love. I just realized I think he stole that team, right? Wasn't that the team that? I feel like someone just won an event with that team. I forget their name. Yeah, really cool team there. And then there's one other guy I saw somewhere further down, right? Look, at this point, it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, so I just wanted to like touch on the top teams there, and we can also like go to the metagame tab here, and we actually see Fluttermane once again is the top one in the format, guys. 60% usage here, almost 59%. I think on like 98 players, pretty huge. Iron Hands and Ogre Pawn also really up there. Unfortunately, I do think this actually combines all Ogre Pawns. I still don't think Limitless is actually split there yet, which is kind of unfortunate. But Ogre Pawn's obviously really good. We see Landorus, like these 4 mons here were like easily like the best 4 mons of the event. You see Chien-Pao and Chi-Yu both obviously relatively similar in what they do. Like one buffs up special attackers, the other buffs up physical attackers. Chi-Yu by itself is technically stronger, but Chien-Pao obviously is just a lot faster, and it really, makes like fantastic use of that focus dash. Rillaboom, obviously like second best fake out mon in the format. We see the Rapid Strike Urshifu. Wait, that's way more play. Am I blind? Oh, there's Dark Urshi. I was going to say, wow. But yeah, Dark Urshi, I'm actually shocked at that. I think Dark Urshi's day 2 was actually a lot better, right? Comparatively. Yeah, so it was 7 versus 10 on day 2. But if you combined it all, obviously Rapid Strike, I think, definitely showing it's falling off a bit. 22% usage, still had a good, win rate, obviously. Relatively good win rate, obviously. When you're a high usage one, you never expect to be like really over 50%. Like same with Fluttermane. It feels like, Fluttermane feels like it always loses a game because there's a Fluttermane on both teams. But yeah, some like really cool mons here. Like Heatran a bit more used than I thought it would be. Cresselia and Amoonguss like still like arguably 2 of the best supports alongside Tornadus. Hisuian Arcanine definitely pulling its weight here. Sinistra and Farafari definitely 2 of the best Trick Room setters, at least like potential anti-Trick Room guys. But really, to me, this is like the 4. I can't highlight it. These 4 here are like the best anti-metamons, and I'm really surprised they're only like 10 usages each. I think, like, honestly, I think Roaring Moon could be the best Tailwind setter in the format. Obviously, Tornadus is a lot more consistent at doing it, but I think Roaring Moon's ability to just, like, get up the Tailwind and then also, like, pump out damage, and it also, like, doesn't need the Tailwind is, like, really good. I think Choice Specs Golden Go is fantastic. King Gambit is just, like, really good into the metagame as well. And Dark Urshi, again, I just think, like, Banded Wicked Blow is good. And, like, you look at these mons win rates, yeah? Like, Roaring Moon, 53%, obviously was on the winning team. Golden Go, 57%. King Gambit, 61%. And Urshifu Dark here, 59%. So they all had fantastic win rates. Let me quickly like check the day 2 win rates here. So like, who was like the best guy? Iron Hands day 2 was like the best one. Chi-Yu 62%. It's also like really cool. Where are the guys? Golden Girl actually had a really bad day 2. Same with Urshi Dark, which is actually kind of interesting. I was just like talking about how good they were. King Gambit though 75%, and Roaring Moon. Wow, it's actually crazy to see Roaring Moon be this low considering it won the entire event. But yeah, look, all really really good anti-metamons. quickly just wanted to like taking a look at like two other events here as well. The Speed Pillar tournament here, I believe, was the biggest event of the weekend. It was like 120 players. And you know, of course, Michael, you know, Mr. Second place at Worlds here, you know, wins it again. He's had a very, very strong season so far, especially on the online tours here for Regulation E. See a really cool team here. I absolutely love this. He's got the, you know, the Flutter Fish Plus bundle. One of my favorite cores. You know, I was using this like back in pre-Series 1, back when we didn't know what was going to be available. So those three paired up with like the Scarf Landerers and then just two fantastic supports. You got Fake Out Support plus Redirection from Shroom and Hands. I think this team is fantastic. Puts on a lot of pressure. And once again, we're seeing no one running Shadow Ball. Which is, again, to me, crazy that people aren't running Shadow Ball, but again, in my testing, I've like never really clicked Shadow Ball, so I'm actually not that surprised. But Specs GU with Terra Ghost, I think, is amazing, and Iron Bundle, I think, is a really slept on one right now. With Booster, you're always faster than the Landeresses, of course, and there's a lot of mods as well. You actually outspeed and Tailwind as well, which is definitely pretty cool. And Freeze Dry, Icy Wind are just fantastic moves. Hydro Pump is like great 80% of the time. Any other cool teams here? Aqua Rokeza here with an Amoonguss as well. Two Amoonguses in the top 2. You know, I've been telling people, Amoonguss, he's not bad, guys. Like, Amoonguss is still a really good mon. Another bundle too, actually. So 2 bundles in the top 2 here is like really cool. What else? Another bundle here, dude. Is that like 3 bundles in the top 8? What the frick? A bundle on the rise. We see 2 Dozos as well. But yeah, I mean that's the Conkle Donk freaking 222 Dozo. But yeah, look, a lot of really cool teams here. I just want to check out like the meta report here as well, see who's good. Fluttermane, obviously, you know, once again at the top, you know, 72 usages out of like 118 is massive. 53% win rate, really good. Iron Hands, Ogerpon, Landorus, like once again, these 3 Pokemon are these 4. These are the 4 best Pokemon in the game right now, without a doubt. And then you just start seeing like a lot of like good supports. Like Chiampow's like not a support mod, but like it really enables things like Iron Hands, Landorus, the Urshifus, Rillaboom, of course Ogerpon. Tornadus in like the same boat. It's like a fantastic Tailwind setter. Sinister actually quite high usage, really bad win rate as well though, actually, which is kind of crazy. The guy Chiyu again, 55% usage. This one is absolutely insane. Iron Bundle, 57, so not usage, win rate. Iron Bundle getting 57% is actually huge as well. It's like the best one here in like the top like half of the event. Golden Go, 34%. That's not looking good for my me talking about how good Golden Go is, but I assure you, everyone losing, they're not running choice specs. I guarantee it. Como had a really good event. Clef had a really bad event as well, actually, which is kind of crazy. My guy, Roaring Moon, damn. This is what we call pilot, not the plane, boys. A good pilot would get that higher. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, now, look, a really cool event here. We see some really nice teams coming out. For me, like, seeing Bundle in, like, up here and same with Shroom is, like, really, really cool. Obviously, Lando here. Dude, Lando's everywhere. Like, 3 in the top 4. Goddamn, what a good one that is. But yeah, another Dozo. Dude, it's just, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, we don't actually see that much hard Trick Room either. I kind of want to touch on this team here as well, actually, because it has Talonflame. Talonflame was my guy I brought to OCIC with me this year. Dude, what? Swords Dance Life Orb? Okay, dude's going crazy with it. I did not see that. That is an insane set. But Talonflame's really cool as a Tailwind setter because you can always outspeed Tornadus, which means you don't ever have to worry about the Taunt Wars, which is like honestly one of my biggest issues with Tornadus. And that's a big reason why I think I'm kind of leaning towards Roaring Moon now as my Tailwind setter, is just because like I don't want to get taunted and Talonflame's just like, hey, I'm faster than you. But dude, SD plus Brave Bird, that's actually kind of crazy. Really cool team here though. The Heatproof Calm Mind, Sinister also really nice. More of a setup sweeper, obviously, with the Shadow Ball. Dude, Lash Out here as well over Sucker Punch. That is rogue. Okay, really cool team there though. But yeah, like some really nice teams here. Again, like you see, like even like in Polygon in the top 10, dude, it's so nice to see the metagame like actually looking really diverse. Because I personally think Regulation D was like just really stale. So yeah, for me, it's really nice to see that. And then finally, Conkle Donk, the guy here, he's back with his almost 2-2-2 Dozo team. Looks like he did drop. I think he had Chiyu in this slot before Ogerpon, so I do think this Ogerpon's new. I'm guessing it's Fireporn. Yeah, wait, Defiant, Hearthflame. Okay, it's Fireporn. It's just yeah, because of the way it imported, I guess. But yeah, Jet plus Sucker Punch is really good. You know, having things like the Ivy Cudgel as well. Follow me. Having a redirection one actually on this team is kind of cool as well. Assault Vest Tatu, that is rogue, and then Clear Amulet. Okay, Clear Amulet unaware. That's wild. Okay, really cool adaptation there by Conk. But yeah, not too much I really wanted to say about this event. We see like once again a Side Spam team comes in second to Conkle Donk, which is what it is. I'd love to actually see how these matches play out because like obviously Conkle Donk's like he's on an absolute tear at the minute, but these like Trick Room teams are like I don't know, maybe I'm just a bad Dozo player and like a bad fucking D Knight plus Champ Power, but I see this and I'm like damn, that's like such a free Trick Room setup even if you don't get to like Side Spam. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I guess he's running Lash Out though as well, yeah. So like you're kind of free just to double the Armor Rouge with like Ice Spinner plus like whatever, and then yeah. I don't know. That's cool. Really nice screens team here as well, though. This looks like really reminiscent of something I ran back in the day with the Moltres on screens. I really like Moltres behind screens as like a flame body one. I think it's really cool. I mean, you see like Terra Dragon plus Margot Berry. That's really, really nice. Anything? Oh, this isn't screens. I lied. This is not screens. This is like fake out T-Wave parting shot stuff. Okay. Specs Golden Go, really good. I like Dragon over this, but maybe I'm crazy. Focus Sash normal Ogre as well. That's kind of cool. Trez, Gyarados, Hands. Yeah. I mean, look, pretty standard teams here, guys. Like, for me, really what I'm looking at these, like, obviously I want to look at like the top 4 teams and then just the usage rates. You see Fluttermane here actually in 4th place for Wide League, which is actually kind of crazy. How many players is this? 92 players. That's a pretty big event. So having Fluttermane at only like 41% usage, actually kind of nutty. But once again, guys, like look at this, the top 4 usage ones. These guys are always king with Champ Power 5. Like feels like Powers 5, Taunt 6, and then it's just kind of everyone else. Who had like the best win rates here? Obviously like Ogerporn was really solid there. Urshi Rapid 43%. Dude, this one is on the decline right now. I'm telling you guys right now, get on the dark one. Where is the dark boy? 60% boys. He's a sleeper, that guy. Chiyu win rate. Chiyu's win rate always feels good. This is good too, because like I'm looking at like I'm starting to look at what I want to bring into my Brisbane regional coming up, and like Chiyu is like on the list of like on the short list of ones I want to build around. So yeah, it's really cool to see it actually at like 52%. It's a good one, yeah. Heatran just always good. Sinister and down. Rory Moon again, boys. Pilot, plane, not the pilot. No, pilot, not the plane. Yeah. Rory Moon stonks up. You know, I love seeing it here in like what is like top 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Top 15. Same thing. Farigiraf, really underrated mon, but I do think Knockoff Moon is like really solid into it, especially like Moon plus Gold feels like super free into draft leads. Hisuian Arcanine, good mon. Its win rate doesn't really show there. Seeing Torkoal this high up with Indeedee is actually also kind of crazy. Feels like there's a lot of size spam. Yeah, dude, look at this. Size spam had a really good showing in this event. Poor Alola Ninetales here, 41%. But yeah, guys, that's basically it for this video, I guess. Let me know what you think of the teams that like came out today. For me, really, I just kind of wanted to touch mainly on the Beast Coast event because like this was like the event that had by far the most players. So not the most players, the most like top tier players. And again, like I couldn't recommend it enough. Go watch this event. Like we had guys like Wolfglick and whatnot, you know, commentating. So it was like really, really cool. A lot of really high level players. Grant Laird, I didn't know about him before this. I know about him now. Absolutely love him. You know, if anyone doesn't know, Laird is a free VC. If you get that reference, good on you. I'm assuming 95% of people won't get that reference. But yeah, Grant Laird, really cool team. I loved it. I've been testing it out myself. I'll probably make some tweaks, but this is definitely a core I'm gonna definitely start to develop more on myself. So that's really cool. But yeah, guys, I guess let me know what you think of the teams down below. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.